Good morning, everyone. It's Rose Coleman coming to you live from my craft room from snowy, pardon me, wintry Calgary, Alberta, Canada. How are you doing? We have snow gently falling, like the kind that you probably would like to see on Christmas Eve. That's what we have falling in the backyard. We're getting a lot of snow, but it's okay. You know, it's good for the ground. It's good for the grass. It's good for the farmers. It's going to be great for the garden. So see that? I am starting off the day on a positive note. How are you doing? If you're joining me live, where are you joining me from? Is it snowing where you are? Or maybe it's beautiful, sunny Florida. I can dream. I'm just kidding. I love where I live. Canada is a beautiful, amazing country. I love it here. So I will take the snow whenever Mother Nature decides to send it to us. Is it sunny, Krista? Hello, hello. It's sunny in Nova Scotia. That is so good to see. I love to see that. Carla's joining us from Louisville, Kentucky. Hello, Leanne from Red Deer. Hi. Rebecca's joining us from chilly and sunny Nova Scotia. Hi, Marie from sunny Montreal. Okay, the sun is over there on the east part of our country. All righty. Cloudy in Oakville from Maureen. It's like the Weather Network here, right? Speaking of the Weather Network, I don't know if you know this, but my husband Kevin, his cousin Nathan Coleman, works for the Weather Network, and he is starting a new program. So if you live in Canada, he's going to be doing this program. I posted about it on my personal page, and it's all about his adventures across Canada, going to all the amazing sites and different places in Canada. And I'm super excited because it's Kev's cousin, like, you know, first cousin, and he's a great guy. So if you live in Canada and you have access to the Weather Network, check out that program. I think it starts on Sunday. We're going to be watching it and enjoying Nathan's updates and watching his travels. Did you see Nathan's ad yesterday, TJ? Yeah, we're super excited for him. He's such a great guy. And him and his wife and their kids, they hang out with our kids when we go home. It's kind of surreal that, this is Kev's cousin. It's very exciting. Yes, let's see. Yes, yep, Nathan's his cousin. You see his reporting in Nova Scotia, Rebecca? Yep. That's Kevin's uncle Eddie. That's his son. And the Colemans are very close family. So I feel very honored to know Nathan. Alrighty, let's get started here. I have another fun card to share with you using Darling Dinos. Oh my gosh. Darling Dinos has rocked my world. It makes me smile. All of those dinosaurs are super duper cute. This stamp set was designed by Diana Gibbs. Diana Gibbs, $1 Million Achiever. So when you hit your $1 million in career sales with Stampin' Up, they invite you to come to the home office. You get to meet with a concept artist and come up with your design for a new stamp set. Such amazing opportunity. I hope to have that opportunity someday in my career. That would be an amazing thing. And so anyway, it's I'll catch up on your comments. Sorry, guys. It is my pleasure to play with Diana's stamp set this week. And I think I'm going to hold on to this one because I still have scrapbook pages from my son. When my son was little and he went through the dinosaur phase, so I thought I would bring out those pictures and get them in a scrapbook and revisit those memories. I was sharing with you yesterday how he was into the Rugrats. And many of you responded to my question about what the dinosaur, he was at work when I was doing my video, so I couldn't ask him, but it was Reptar. It was Reptar from the Rugrats cartoon. He loved the Rugrats, right? Tommy and Angelica, if you guys know what I'm talking about. He also, when he was a little baby, when he was just like under a year, he loved Barney. Of course, I used to put that on for him and the songs, and he would just dance. And so yeah, I guess maybe we could make a Barney out of this one, the T-Rex. If I colored it, what color would Barney be? Petunia Pop? I'm just looking for, or Berry Burst. a purple, right? I don't think Barney was Gorgeous Grape or Highland Heather. Anyway, totally getting off topic, but if any of you have children, nieces, nephews, grandchildren that were into Barney, you'll know what I mean, right? That was a big phase, big fad. And my son went through that phase for sure. Alrighty, let's get started. I'm going to use some paper that you probably wouldn't expect to use with the dinosaurs. And this card was designed by one of my amazing team members, Bonnie. When we get a new catalog, our team participates in what's called a set sampler swap. So we get to choose, Marie says Gorgeous Grape. Yep, I'll try it. I'm going to try it and see how he looks. We get to choose a bundle or a suite of our choice, and the challenge is to make 5 cards using the bundle you've chosen, right? So Bonnie chose this one. No one else can choose it. So if you choose one first, you got dibs on that bundle, and you have to make 5 cards. Now, if 5 people sign up for the set sampler, then I have to make my 5 cards using the bundle I chose for all 5 people. So the beauty of this is we don't have to buy all the bundles because we're going to get cards in the mail and have inspiration to share with others. Either we put them on a display board or we'd feature them on a video like I'm about to do this morning. So it's really fun to do this. And it's really a way to work smarter, not harder, right? For all of us. And it's also smart to not have to invest in all of the products, especially if it's not something that strikes you. It wouldn't be something that you would buy on first glance. I have to add that part because sometimes I get the set sampler swaps. And I'm like, oh my goodness, she did such a great job. Now I have to buy that bundle, right? And Marie is here with us. And Marie actually chose Delightful Floral. I think that was the name of it. Marie, I don't have my catalog here. Do I? Yes. Yes. She chose Floral Delight Sweet. And when I got her cards, I was mind blown. They were stunning. And I haven't even featured this suite yet. So I'm like, I love her cards. Maybe I'll have to feature them all. I like to come up with my own ideas, but boy, oh boy, when you have team members like Bonnie and Renee and CJ and Marie, they all come together and it's just amazing. So shout out to all those wonderful creative ladies on my team. I'm so lucky. Marie says, but when you receive them, you have to buy everything. Yes, exactly. So it's risky business being in a set sampler swap. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to share one of the cards. Bonnie chose Darling Dinos for her set sampler. So I'm going to share one of the cards that Bonnie made in her set of cards. All right, let's get started here. I'm going to flip the camera and you can see a little sneak peek of all the snow coming down. It's coming down. Okay, we won't look at that any longer. Let's turn the camera and move my mountain here. We got gentle snow. Gentle, soft, big, fluffy snowflakes today. It's okay. It's okay. It'll melt. And you know what? We're going to get up to 18 degrees, I think by Sunday. Yeah. So it's going to be, it's going to get warm really quick and it's going to be nice next week. Oh my gosh. Okay. I got a lot of stuff on my desk. Let's clear this off and get organized here. That's what happens when we watch Rose's videos. Aw, thank you, Lori. Kelly says, I miss stamping, used to be a consultant. Time to come on back. Yes, it is always the best deal to be a rep, to be a demonstrator. Okay, so I got lots of little pieces of cardstock. The paper I'm going to feature today is the Floral Delight 12x12 Designer Series paper. Let me show you the patterns of this paper. I think it is not carrying over unless they put it in the online exclusives carryover. But grab this paper while you can. It is gorgeous. Let me show you the 6 designs. So we've got this one here with the daisies. The background has a really subtle floral print. Then we have this one. Gorgeous. The background has an old olive. It's like almost like a tweed old olive. And then we have beautiful Daffodil Delight pattern. The background of this one is like a crumb cake pecan pie tweed pattern. So beautiful. I love the flip sides. I mean, Marie says you will rush back as soon as you see the new catalog. Yeah, exactly. You'll come back and rejoin us because if you live in Canada, it's only $135. You get to pick 165. Look at this gingham. I love this DSP. Oh, Marie, it is so gorgeous. And we got more florals. Then the background of this one has, like, I'll hold it close so the camera can focus here. You got dots and like some diagonal lines. Beautiful. And last but not least, we have this gorgeous pattern, and the back side of that one has more of the Daffodil Delight. So really, really pretty patterns. Like, there's a look at, oh, Cindy wants the number for the DSP. It is 164700. 164700. You're going to get 12 sheets, right? 2 of each of these designs. So this is what I would call the back side of the paper. Like, it doesn't scream floral, but you can use this. I could see me using these 2 pieces on masculine cards, or even this one, any of these, right? You could use them on baby cards, spring cards, you name it. Then when I flip it over, it's definitely floral on the other side, right? Hence the name. Is it Floral Delight? Yes, Floral Delight 12 by 12 paper. So I just wanted to show you that because I'm going to be using it today. And we're going to bring in a card base of thick white. You're welcome, Cindy. Thick basic white, 8.5 by 5.5, scored in the middle at 4 1/4. And we're going to use my bone folder, and we'll burnish that one. And I love what Bonnie did with her card. She used a bunch of patterns from this paper. So she used this plaid here, and let me just pull up I already have this in the PDF. For anyone who orders this week, you're going to get all of the details so you can recreate this card. This piece here is going to be the top left, 2 1/4 by 3.5. On the top right, we have 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 of this pattern. And then bottom right, we have this pattern, which is 1 3/4 by 3.5. And last but not least, we have another piece the same as this one. And this one is, let me read my measurements here. Bottom left, 2 1/4 wide by 1 3/4 tall. So I love what Bonnie did with this one because she used a lot of the paper, and I don't know if I've ever made a card like this. So I was quite intrigued by the different patterns and the different sizes. So let's go ahead and flip them over. Let's flip all of them over and get our glue on them. And then I'll show you how we arrange these. Okay. Let's see here. Make sure my glue is flowing good here. And my nose is starting to run up. I'm so sorry, guys. I just have to grab a tissue. What's going on? Rose is not getting sick. No, I'm putting that out to the universe. No, I do not have time to get sick. Okay, here we go. We're going to put the plaid Daffodil Delight here on the top left, okay? And then we're going to take the square. There's only one square in this whole thing, and it's this one, 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. That's going to go up here, and we're just leaving about 1/16 of an inch between each of these pieces. Okay, and then this piece here is going to go right here. Look how fun this is. It's like putting the pieces of a puzzle back together, right? And you got a little bit of wiggle room with your liquid glue. So use that wiggle room and get it lined up the way you want it. Now this one is going to go this way. Fun stuff, right? Fun, fun, fun. Okay, so look at that. Beautiful background created with rectangles and squares from the same designer series paper. These two patterns are the same. These are different. I think if you have lots of DSP at home, you could make this card for any occasion, right? Christmas, birthday, baby. You could just change up the DSP and use your small pieces. So hold on to your pieces, right? Okay, let's bring in the Darling Dinos. Oh my gosh. we're going to play with this guy right here. Now, I don't know my dinosaur names. My son would be just mortified, right? How can you not know all the names of the dinosaurs, Mom? But I don't. We're going to use this tall guy with the long neck. If you know the name of him, you can shout it out. I think the only one I really know is this one down here. Is that that's a T-Rex. T-Rex. Yeah. It's too funny. Anyway, we're gonna use the one with the long neck, and we're gonna stamp him on this piece of 2.5 by 2.5 inch square white. We're gonna use Memento, and we're going to, oh, you know what? My piece on the bottom here is not lined up perfectly. I don't like that. And I think I have missed my window. Ugh. Okay, I'm not gonna fix it on camera, but the way to fix this layer is to heat it up with your heat tool. Maybe I should fix it because that is going to bug me forever. See that? I didn't line it up properly. Oh, heavens. Okay, you know what? I do like to teach you guys how to fix things. So let me grab my heat tool and my Take Your Pick tool. My Take Your Pick tool, I have one here with a bit of washi on it. I like to use this one. It's my old one. And my spatula end, you can see it's got glue on it. I'm going to use that to help lift these pieces of paper apart. So we're going to heat this up and we're going to fix it. We're going to fix it like Bob the Builder. Okay, so grabbing my heat tool and we're going to heat that up and separate it. I didn't plan this, but you know, that's kind of what you get when you come here, right? You never know what's going to happen. As I plug this in. Okay, but this is what I would do, or you could start over, but who wants to start over, right? So I'm just going to turn on my heat tool and heat up this paper. I'm just going to like take it, run it in front of my heat tool. Be very careful, you don't want to burn your paper. Just want to heat it up a little bit. Okay, let's see if I've got that hot enough. Then I'm going to bring in my tool. And I can come in here and slip that spatula end under my DSP. You see how easily it's coming apart? Like if I had forced this, I would have ripped the cardstock. I don't want to do that. I'm trying to save the DSP, but honestly, maybe the DSP, we'll see. If it's got too many wrinkles in it, I will not use it. But it's still warm enough. That spatula is sliding through the gluey part. Let's see here. Can I get it apart? Okay, look at that. See? This little piece of red, that was on my spatula. I need to clean that with, I buy alcohol swabs from the pharmacy, and that helps me to clean up all of my tools. Okay, I'm happy with that. It came apart without ripping the cardstock. Let's see if we can salvage this. We're going to put our glue on. And we're going to try again. You know, this is real life crafting, right? Okay, so let's grab this piece of DSP and let's take our time putting this in place. I'm lining it up with its two partners over here and the top one. And there we go. That's better. It's not perfect, but it's better. Okay. So there we have it. That's how I fix things when they are glued down crooked or not the way I want them to be. Okay, let's move on now. I'm happy now. Okay, let's bring back our silicone mat and our piece of white and our dinosaur with the tall neck. I'm inking it up with Memento. I'm going to stamp him on the right side of this piece of basic white, like so. There we go. And we're going to stamp the greeting that says roar means in dinosaur with the space. So we're going to bring in, what's this called? Crushed curry. Stamp that in crushed curry right here. Like that. Okay. And then to pull in the other colors that are featured in the DSP, I'm going to bring in my old olive ink and we're going to stamp you're the best. Roar means you're the best in dinosaur. We're going to stamp that right in that space. I love how they designed these stamps with the space there so you can fill in whatever it is you want to say. Roar means you're the best. Roar means I love you. Roar means happy birthday. You're terrific. Any of these greetings could fit in there, so you can choose whatever one you want. Okay. Now, this dinosaur we have to color. So I'm going to bring in, we don't have Fresh Curry, but we do have Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to bring in Daffodil Delight Dark. And we're going to give this dinosaur some spots with the dark. And let's see. Have to look and see how my thick fuzzy end is, because sometimes it gets fuzzy, but you still got your fine tip, right? And this is a relatively new blend, so I'm going to use it to do these spots. Going right down his back here. Fun stuff. And there we go. Okay, so we're going to just add a little bit on his little toes down here. Okay, so there's the Daffodil Delight. And then we'll bring in our Old Olive, and we can add both dark and light. So let's add a little bit of dark around his legs, around his tail, and maybe up here on his head a little bit, and coming down the side like that. Okay, then we'll bring in the light, and we will go ahead and blend that line of dark Old Olive and add the green. You can leave the dark lines there if you want to. You don't have to blend them right out. It's nice to have the shading. Okay, so we'll come on down here to the bottom. Now you could also use your watercolor pencils. You could use a blender pen dipped into your ink pad. When I first started with Stampin' Up! In 2002, there were no blends. There were no alcohol markers. We had watercolor pencils and a blender pen, and I used to do that. I used to dip my blender pen into the corner of my ink pad and get enough color to add a little bit of color to my images, and it worked. It works. Okay, so there's my image. Now we're going to mount that onto a slightly bigger piece of Old Olive. This is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. No, it's not. I'm lying. It's 2 5/8. Let me just double check my my typing. Yes, 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. We're going to mount that on here and see how this looks. Add a little bit of glue. Don't want to add too much. And my phone is ringing upstairs. Probably a telemarketer. Still have our landline, but honestly, it's very few people call on the landline. And if they call, they're usually family and they will leave a message. So that's what's happening, right? Okay. Now we're going to bring in my dimensionals. Now yesterday I was playing with, I think it was yesterday, I was using my minis. And you know what? We're going to keep on going with the minis. Mini. Okay. Because I want to use up this package. So let's flip this over and we'll grab one for each corner and one for the center. Like that. Okay, so then we'll use the Take Your Pick tool to come in and take off all of the backings. And there we go. And now this is going to go in the middle of the card. Oh my gosh, I love this style of card so much. There we go. There we have it. Okay, so one more thing to add to make this card exactly as Bonnie has made it. She put a little bee trinket on hers. I thought it was so stinking cute. So let me grab my bees. Oh, I've left them in the other room. 1 second, pardon me. I'll go grab my bees. Bees. Okay, the bee trinkets. I'm down to like only a few. I have ordered more because they are so stinking cute. So we're going to add, this one is actually, I don't think this is a current one. Okay, we're going to use it anyway. but I have current ones coming. I've expedited an order because I've used them all up. We're going to put this bee on here, but I actually think this is one of the bumblebee trinkets. And it's not the current one, but we're going to put it here because it works. There we go. Because Bonnie, let me show you. This is the one. So this is Bonnie's card, and that's the bee trinket that are current. Okay. So I put one on here that is retired, but you can see the difference. It's good because maybe you're at home and you have these bumblebee trinkets. These ones here are called, and I've used up all of them in my, I think it was my scrapbook club last month. Yes, my scrapbook club, I used them all up. So I only have these ones left right now until my order gets in. And let me just go onto the website here. I'm just going to type in bee, the word bee. Yes, they're called tiny bee trinkets. So this is good. So you can see this is current, this is retired. Still works, right? But there's our card for today. But the inside, let's do something on the inside because I always like to do a little bit on the inside. So what can we do here? Let's use Bonnie. So Bonnie also colored her dinosaur using watercolor pencils. You can see the difference here. This is pencils and this is with blends. So you can mix it up, right? Yeah, Linda says she likes the smaller ones. Yeah, they're so cute. Look at them. And you get, how many of those do you get in a package? I'm just looking at it on the website here. 40. You get 40 of these in a package. The item code is 164714. So this is what will come in your cards, okay, guys, next week. But for my purpose today, I've already got the glue dot on there. So we are, yes, and they're staying, Marlene. Exactly. So exciting. Okay, for the inside, roar means you're the best. Okay, so the inside, you're saying you're the best. You could say, make this a birthday card. Happy birthday. Let's make it a birthday card because we can all use birthday cards, right? But when you get your bundle, you can make as many different cards as you like. Mix it up. I'm going to make this one a birthday card. So we'll stamp that happy birthday right like that. I think I'll stamp with crushed curry. And because it's a birthday card, let's see what kind of birthday images we have here. Well, you could put a birthday hat on your dinosaur like I did on Monday. How about we bring in the balloon? Let's do the balloon. So we got a balloon image, and we even have the string to the balloon. Look at that. So let's do that. We'll stamp the balloon. We'll stamp the string in Old Olive. Straight down and straight up. There's my balloon string. And then we'll stamp our balloon in Memento. Right here. Oh, fun, fun, fun stuff. Alrighty, so now you can color your balloon. Let's color this one Old Olive. We'll do a little bit of shading of dark Old Olive on the edge here. And then we'll bring in the light Old Olive and finish off the coloring. Just go over the edge to soften that color where the color meets, right? So you can do that just to add a little bit of shading. And then, of course, there's so many other things you could stamp on the inside. You could do a little, another dinosaur head down here if you want to incorporate more dinosaurs. Lots of different things that you could do. You could do the rocks and the grass. I'm just going to leave mine. The little balloon is floating in the air. And we'll put this on the inside. Like so. Whoops. My glue has a little gummy on there. And once that dries, I will pull it off. Okay. So here's my inside. And you can also use designer series paper. Oh. No. What happened there? I got black on my card. All right, we're not going to put that down because it's got ink on it. Boy, oh boy. I think it came from the silicone mat maybe. But this is what I will do once I get this stamped properly. That'll all be in the PDF too, the pictures. I'll post the pictures of the final project. Oh my goodness, now my camera's wonky. It's a fun day. Linda says it's low inventory on the bees. Yes, it is, Linda. Thank you for pointing that out. So if you're in love with these little tiny bee trinkets, you get a set of 40. They're low inventory, so go grab them. Grab yourself the paper, the Dinos bundle, get it all while you can. So beautiful. Alrighty, thank you so much, you guys. Let me flip you around here. I get by with a little help from my friends. Thank you all so much for letting me know about the inventory, Linda, and also your comments about the card. And the DSP is so gorgeous. It's absolutely stunning. And you can see how that floral DSP can be used with dinosaurs, can be used for Mother's Day, Easter, all kinds of different projects, right? So grab that paper. It is stunning. And I can't wait to see what you guys do with this one. All right. Take care, everyone. Yeah, I love the layout too, Patty. It is so fun. It's the snow that's causing the problems. Yes, Ellie. Exactly. I agree with you. All right. Have a great day, everyone. I hope you get a chance to pull in. Oh, the paper's coming back on the 7th. Okay, so the paper is not currently available, but I have a package here that I'm going to be chopping up to send to you guys. But if you're in love with it, on the 7th of April, which is only on Monday, next Monday, you can get that. All right. You too, Janet. Have a good day and stay warm. Thank you, Bobby. And I hope you get a chance to stamp something or do something crafty today. Take care, everyone. Enjoy your Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock Mountain Time for my next card. Bye for now.